Hi, everyone. Sean here for the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast. Bear with me, working with my new camera, so we're going to see how this turns out as a first. Bringing you the NXT recap for yesterday, the 6th of May, 2025. Um, Pretty eventful show centered around the fact that there was going to be the Battle Royale to determine the number one contender to Oba Femi and the NXT Championship. We got the show opening though with a six-man tag match with our NXT Tag Team Champions Hank and Tank teaming with Joe Hendry, who we all believe in at this point, and taking on Dark State, who attacked Hendry last week. Um, Dark State ended up getting the win here after Trick came out and attacked Hendry, of course. I I don't know. I feel like the Dark State thing is getting kind of old, and what we really need is to find out who's leading them. At this point, I'm hoping that it is Trick, and with them attacking Hendry, it makes the most sense. Hopefully, Shawn Michaels and NXT Creative do the right thing here. But yeah, so Dark State ended up getting the win over Hank and Tank. Um, I have to wonder though, are we seeing more TNA talent spread out amongst the NXT product because WWE knew that the roster cuts were coming? You'll see later on in the show that there were several more instances of TNA superstars showing up and taking part in things. So let me know what you guys think. If you want to comment on this video, I'd appreciate your thoughts. And as usual, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give us some likes, give us some comments. We do appreciate it. Once we get to 100 subscribers, we are going to do a giveaway of some sort. Same for when we hit 500 subscribers. So help us hit that goal. We truly appreciate it. Our next matchup, though, was Kehlani Jordan versus Zarya. Pretty much the story of this match was just power versus finesse. And Zarya ended up overpowering Kehlani Jordan and demolished her with an F5 to get the win. I will say though, I definitely think this match went a little bit longer than I expected. I figured Zarya was just going to squash her and it was going to be over. So if they're gonna let these women keep on putting on bangers of matches like this, I'm all for it. Give me more and get these women ready to go up to the main roster. Um, After this, we got a little backstage segment featuring the No Quarter Catch crew prepping for the Battle Royale, which obviously will end up being bigger later on in the show. I've never really been a big fan of them. And so, like, I think Charlie Dempsey is a dweeb, but is what it is. And we moved from this to another backstage segment, this time featuring Tony D'Angelo and having Wesley and his crew roll up on him and taunt him about what was going on. And I don't know if this is setting up some sort of potential feud down the road for Tony D'Angelo. So it'll be interesting to see because outside of that, this was kind of nothing here, which is unfortunate. I would have enjoyed seeing Tony D in the battle royale. Always a fan of his and the family's work, even if it was just Stacks coming out to screw him over. Um, but following this, it led directly into the battle royale itself, which took up a large portion of the show. Trick got the opening entrance and got his full entrance theme and everything played when he got out there. We went into a commercial break, and coming back from break, we had another TNA superstar make an appearance in Elijah, the former Elias out of WWE, and the crowd loved it. And I was definitely got the feelings going there when he asked if everyone wanted to walk with Elijah, even though it's a little bit different than it was when he was with the WWE. But he was out there to support his friend Joe Hendry in his feud with Trick. Um, One other quick notice is there were some evolved talents involved in this battle royale. Timothy Thatcher was back. Um, so some interesting things going on here. Right off the bat, Lexus King was eliminated by an LFG contestant, which was a surprise. So be shocked if that leads to something down the road. Um, Brooks Jensen bizarrely eliminated himself. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but him going over the ropes and cuttering the guy into an elimination of both himself and his quote victim is bizarre to me. Don't know what they were going for there. Um, Joe Hendry came out, distracted Trick long enough for Elias or Elijah to eliminate him, which I'm shocked. I really thought we were going to see Hendry and in the match itself and Trick ending up winning the Royal, but obviously this leads to a little bit more good. It'll show up later in the show. The last five were Javon Evans, Sean Legacy from Evolve, Ethan Page, Sean Spears, and Miles Bourne of the No Quarter Catch Crew. Honestly, if I would have had to take my guess going into this final five, probably would have picked Javon Evans to be the winner, but he was eliminated first by both Ethan Page and Sean Spears. Then Ethan Page eliminated Sean Legacy from Evolve, and then both Ethan Page and Sean Spears were eliminated by Miles Bourne. So we have a member of the No Quarter Catch Crew going on to face Oba Femi at their PLE that's going to be coming up. And there was also a little backstage segment afterwards here where Charlie Dempsey attempted to steal Miles Bourne's place, and that failed, but it leads into a match between Dempsey and Oba Femi next week, which I wouldn't be surprised if that somehow gets Dempsey added to the title match, because Bourne did mention it. Maybe if Dempsey won, it could become a three-way, to which Femi said he was sick of three-ways. But after this, I mean, I don't know. Do we really care about Miles Bourne versus Oba Femi? Is he a big enough name yet to really give a damn? I guess we will have to see what comes up in the next couple weeks and go from there. Next match was Jada Parker versus Carmen Petrovic. Parker won, basically just showcased how strong she was and her hard hitting style. Made a statement and took out Thea Hale at ringside after the match. So don't be surprised if we see some sort of program there between Hale and Jada Parker. After that, we went backstage to find out that Joe Hendry and Trick will be facing each other at NXT Battleground at the end of the month for the TNA title. For the first time in NXT history, we'll have a title that doesn't belong there being defended on a WWE show like that, which is interesting. Hopefully, Hendry retains because that'll be an interesting sort of thing going forward. And then we had our main event, which was Julia versus Jordan Grace, with Jordan Grace coming out on top. Um, I think that overall it was a good match. I mean, this was probably Julia's going away match, considering that she's basically up on the main roster. I'm a little bit concerned though after the bump she took where she landed directly on her neck. Ended up finishing the match, and so hopefully everything will be good. And I think that Jordan Grace versus Stephanie Fakur will be a good match. I don't see Stephanie dropping the title yet, especially with Roxanne and Julia moving to the main roster. But that was our NXT for last night. Just wanted to give you my quick thoughts and that update. Not a bad show overall. Pretty good action. Most of it, like I said, was taken up by the Battle Royale, which is you could pretty much got everything you expected out of a battle royale. The high flying moves, people getting eliminated that weren't supposed to. So it was definitely a good time. I'd give it three out of five. Not spectacular, but pretty damn good. And once again, I thank you guys for tuning in and for checking out our podcast at 716 Sports Entertainment. For Mike T and myself, I want to say thank you to everybody who's already subscribed. And remember, if you haven't yet, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Help us get us to 100 subscribers, get us to that giveaway, help us figure out the algorithm so we can get blown up here and have the whole world start to see us. We appreciate everything you do for us, guys. Thank you.